So I've been in the game of health and safety and risk management for over 30 years. I've been very fortunate, strong involvement with IOSH, IRSM. I've been honoured and really, I would say honoured, really, some of the people on the call now. One of the greatest things that helped me to shape my current situation is the opportunity to coach and mentor others. And through IRSM, IOSH, through NEBOSH, and personally, I've been fortunate mentoring and engaging with some really top professionals at different stages of their careers, which is really important to me. So I said there's a lot of experience I'd like to share with you. I actually took a role for a couple of years focusing purely on sustainability because it's so passionate to me and I see it as such an important part of HSE and risk management. Next one, please, sir. So the whole purpose of our presentation today is to try to share the importance of maintaining sustainability as part of safety leadership. In this world that's changing, there's only one constant, which is change. So each of us as individuals in our roles at whatever stage of our careers, it is so important that we upskill, we retrain and realign ourselves, not just for today, but for tomorrow, in terms of the market needs, in terms of technology, in terms of business expectations. And this mode of continuous change has never been more important. And we've also got to focus on environmental and social impacts at levels we've never seen before. So previously, we've always talked about cradle to grave, but in this circular economy now, the way we discover and the way we actually dig deeper and actually evaluate sustainability is very much pre-cradle to post-grave, meaning dealing with our suppliers, our potential suppliers, our contracts, everything needs to really put the sustainable slant on things because we want a great future today and an even better future for the next generations tomorrow. Now, realising that you are your greatest asset, put your time, effort and money into training, grooming and encouraging your greatest asset. There's a quote from Tom Hopkins from the Builder of Sales Champions, because ultimately as safety professionals, we are salespeople. So the important thing is for us to be influencers in our own rights and make sure that we influence positively all stakeholders to work hard, to shape up and to buy into the importance of sustainability going forwards. So I'm hoping that the keynotes in here, the key points in here will give you some added fuel to go back to your businesses or to go back as individuals and think to yourselves, what can I do differently to be not just a stronger safety champion tomorrow, but going forward? Next one, please, sir. So if we understand sustainability in terms of the long-term approach, in terms of responsible support, management and health and safety, it's important that we recognise in the long-term approach that we've got to prioritise practices nowadays that ensure that the safety is not a turn-on, turn-off initiative. It's something that's a continuous journey, both in terms of the controls we employ, the technology we employ, and the best use of resources. And coming on to the best use of resources, that means responsible resource management, where we balance the need between protecting and preserving the environmental requirements and making best use of what resources are available economically. And in that, health and safety focus is so important because it's not just the physical well-being, but it's the mental well-being as well that we need to consider when we talk about developing sustainable business practices. And as you're all probably aware, the subject of ESG, meeting stakeholder demands in terms of stewardship, social responsibility and governance excellence, is higher on the horizon than ever. But equally important still, and getting much more challenging than ever, is the evolving regulatory landscape we have to deal with. Sustainability and safety standards are getting even harder and tougher going forward. But it's really, really important and it's vital that we recognise that whatever sustainability and safety strategy we have in the business to build a driver for sustainable development and corporate resilience, it's got to be aligned with the values, the vision, and the overall strategy of the business. And we must do this, we must maintain this if we want to be successful today, but even more successful in the future. Next slide, please, sir. So let's be honest about it. Everybody thinks sustainability and safety, they think it's going to cost you money. Everything costs. Every resource costs. But there are some real tangible benefits out there that we can share, not just locally, but within our national, international, and global marketplace. For example, enhanced operational efficiency. We can reduce waste, we can make best use resources, which can reduce to cost savings. We can streamline processes, taking the non-value add steps out, improving productivity, minimizing downtime. And then the big one, nobody likes to be seen as a bad employer, as a bad company. We can actually improve how we comply with the laws and regulations and how well we manage our risks. Our people are our greatest asset. If we protect our people, we can therefore protect our products, our processes, and make the longevity of business better. So we need a proactive adherence with the standards to reduce the legal and financial risks. But we also need to keep in mind what the future challenges are, what the future legislation is that we need to actually address and actually present ourselves stronger for. My friend, I've lost vision of the slides. Could you share them, please? Can everybody see the slides? Because I can't.
No, we cannot see the
I can't see the slide.
We're just seeing you.
You only see your face, sir.
Oh, that's scary. So the important thing is, so far I said, it's the operational compliance, it's the operational efficiency, it's the regulatory efficiency. Hello?
Hello? We cannot still see the slides.
My friend, could you add the slides up for us, please?
Hello. Initially, I was seeing your face, but it has been disappeared as well. Hello.
Well, my friend, you there?
Yes, I was seeing
please,
your
Mr.
face.
Maxwell, please, Mr. Maxwell, please kindly go ahead, please. Please kindly go ahead.
My friend, I don't have the slides in front of me. Can you fire them up, please?
Hello.
Share the screen, lovely, thank you. And ultimately, we talked about risk management, but one of the most damaging things with risk management is actually reputation and brand value, which are very easily lost. They're very hard to build, very easily lost. So by demonstrating a commitment to sustainability, you're not just enforcing the relationship we have with your current clients and investors and top talent, but you're actually attracting even better people, even better investors. Because it's all about building trust, credibility, and worthiness in the marketplace with stakeholders, because you're aligning with the expectations of society, expectations and values of society. And within this, you can actually build what we call a resilient workforce, where the workforce and culture focus on health, safety, and well-being, giving greater employee satisfaction and retention, and they will give more. They will feel part of the business. They feel they're belonging to the business. And this is what we need when we look at safety culture, to encourage and enable a safety-first mindset, where we reduce incidents, we feel visible felt leadership in the workplace, people will speak up, and we foster innovation. And in turn, going forward, this will maintain for us and build competitive advantage for sustainable practices, which will differentiate us from other organisations. And aligning safety with ESG principles is so, so important going forward, especially as a lot of the big players globally expect to see sustainability conscious partners. And it all comes down to this longevity of business, this long-term business resilience. By anticipating, adapting to environmental and other pressures, this integration of sustainability prepares the organisation for when we have downturns, downslides, or when the unexpected comes along. We saw what happened to world markets with COVID, and we don't know whether or not there'll be another COVID or something similar coming along. By building this long-term business resilience, we can be much stronger, not just for ourselves, but for our employees and for all of our stakeholders. The next one, please, sir. So, if we're going to achieve this, what are the key areas of sustainability that we as safety leaders need to focus upon? Well, the first one is really important, is environmental stewardship. Because nowadays, minimizing resource consumption, making best use resources, whether it's energy, water, materials, or whatever, promoting waste reduction and responsible disposal, or reuse, recycling, reduce, rework, are also important, as is initiatives to reduce carbon emissions and pollution. So that, for me, the big E is the start of it, environmental stewardship. And then filtering into this is a social responsibility, where we try to foster employee health, well-being, and mental health support. Mental health support is much higher on the horizon now. There is a mental health pandemic. Over 260 million people a year suffer with problems of depression. Over 310 million people globally suffer with anxiety. That's a pandemic, guys. That's something we need to address. But equally important is to build an inclusive and diverse workplace culture. No two workplaces are the same. We need to develop our own, but we need to focus on these values and these visions, aligned to sustainability and safety together, so we can actually support community engagement and develop suitable programs to fit our needs. And this comes back to expectations at corporate level in terms of governance and compliance. We need to ensure adherence to regulations and ethical standards. We need to develop transparent policies and reporting mechanisms so everybody feels that they're heard and respected, irrespective of age, race, gender, persuasion, anything. We've got to treat everybody the same and respect them for their views, their values. And this is why we need to integrate the ESG, and in particular, our sustainability into our safety strategy. And then risk management comes into this in terms of the long-term environmental and social risks, in terms of safety planning, where we can make best use of these new technologies that are available, particularly in terms of predictive analytics and the use of artificial intelligence, so we can have a proactive approach towards risk mitigation and elimination where possible. And this in turn is going to enhance the resilience to climate change, global disruption, and any unpredictability in the marketplace. So I'm a big believer in making best use here of whatever innovation technology, using the right digital tools for monitoring sustainability, for improving things, adapting renewable energy sources and eco-friendly solutions in terms of materials and processes, and encouraging sustainability at the pre-cradle, at the product design stage. So we actually build it in from design, pre-cradle to post-grave, to make sure that sustainability is one of our key considerations. But a lot of this comes down to a basic, which is education, advocacy, where we promote sustainability awareness, not just at senior management level, but throughout the whole of the organisation, which means developing the right level of awareness through training programs on sustainability safe practices, whatever your job is, whatever your role is, and that becoming an advocate, not just within our own business, but across the industries we serve and other industries, to make it industry-wide sustainability collaboration. Next one, please, sir. So, what core competencies do we as leaders require for sustainable safety? Well, the first most important thing is this visionary thinking outside the box, thinking long-term, foreseeing what long-term sustainability challenges and opportunities may be there. They may be seen as threats at the moment, but they may actually be challenges or opportunities, particularly with the rate of change we see with AI and technology. And then integrating our sustainability goals into whatever safety strategies and organisational visions we have in place. Equally important is the fact that we have ethical decision-making. So we prioritise integrity and transparency and safety and sustainability efforts within our businesses and share those with our stakeholders. And it's important we balance with these organisational objectives with environmental and social responsibilities. There must be so much overlap. And then this brings us onto our business strategy and our strategic planning, because it's so important that we develop actionable plans aligning safety with sustainability goals. The two should go hand in glove. But equally important is we anticipate what is around the corner in terms of regulatory changes and industry trends or market trends globally, which enable us to get a proactive adaptation of how we're going to shape our business for the future. And the most important thing in any business, for any competency, whether it's safety, sustainability, risk management or whatever, is effective communication. We need to be articulate in terms of the value of sustainability to all of our stakeholders at all levels, vertically, horizontally throughout the business and throughout our stakeholder engagement. And this means engaging and motivating our teams to adopt sustainable practices, no matter how small, no matter how large. That should be one of the key considerations we have at every stage of what we do, which encourages the approach of collaboration and advocacy, where we partner with different departments, communities, and industry bodies to learn from each other, to share with each other, to promote sustainability as a value. And through championing these sustainable safety initiatives, both internally and externally, to the business, to the industry, to the country, to the region, globally, this is where we're going to have sustainable success going forward. So again, feeding onto this, we should think outside the box in terms of innovation, adaptability, and resilience, embracing what new technologies and methods we can to help us advance and maintain sustainability, but remaining flexible to any emerging risks or changes in demand that may be out there. And this is where we shouldn't stay in the past. We need to move in the future in terms of forward thinking, in terms of an analytical systems thinking, understanding the complex interactions that take place between different operations, but making best use of real-time and predictive data and metrics so we can monitor, evaluate, predict, and even sometimes risk manage by actually predicting what's going to come forward in the future as a possible solution. And this really does mean a big change in terms of cultural leadership. We need to create a workplace culture where the values of health, safety, and sustainability are equally part of the ongoing vision and values of the business, which means from the top, cascading throughout every part of the business, leading by example, that we embed sustainability, not just into being a bolt-on, but to being the way we do things here, one of our organisational norms. This is so important. And the next one, please, sir. So I do appreciate there's a lot of information I'm sharing with you, but what I will say today is just my overview, my insight. I'd like to take this away and consider it. You know, it's not like we're starting with a blank piece of paper. A lot of work's being done to come to the level of maturity that safety and sustainability are now. And it's important we try and make best use of some of the practical tools and resources we can. They're already available for sustainable safety leadership. Such tools as frameworks and standards, ISO 45001 in terms of occupational health and safety, ISO 14001 in terms of environmental management, ISO 37101 in terms of sustainable development communities. There's a lot of overlap there. And equally important, incorporating that and aligning that in terms of the GRI, the Global Reporting Initiative for ESG and Sustainability Reporting. So with a good framework there from which we can actually build a foundation within many businesses. Don't make the system work for you. Sorry, make the system work for you. Don't work for the system. But there's a lot of risk management tools out there we can also adapt that will enable us to actually look at sustainability in a different perspective and align it with safety. Bow tie analysis in terms of visualizing and managing safety and sustainability risks within the sustainability risks in our business. HAZOP, which allows us to identify potential risks to our processing in the business. And equally important, I talked about cradle to grave, life cycle analysis and assessment, where we think pre-cradle to post-grave in terms of evaluating the environmental impacts over a product or process life cycle before we start and after we actually end the physical part of that process. And as I said to you, I'm a big believer, big advocate in the new technology coming along and the technology solutions we have in terms of AI and predictive analytics are absolutely outstanding for proactive risk identification and sustainability forecasting. IoT sensors in terms of monitoring our resource usage, our waste, and how we can work more effectively and more efficiently. And equally important, we already have in place the carbon footprint calculators, which measure to monitor and allow us to decide where we can focus our efforts in terms of reducing our carbon footprint within the business. Next one, sir. And equally important, lead to these is making use of some of the sustainability assessment tools, such as tools available in certain industries, like the Sustainability Assessment of Food and Agriculture, SAFA, which is used for safety in agriculture and supply chain operations, and the GRESB, which is an ESG benchmarking tool for industry safety leaders in real estate and infrastructure. So it's not just manufacturing. There's a whole range of industries out there who are looking at this. But it ultimately comes down to the importance of employee training and employee engagement resources, making sure that we put the right focus for our business on safety workshops, on sustainability, where we have interactive sessions so people can ask the questions on how we can integrate sustainability into safety practices. E-learning platforms, courses on ESG, the principles, sustainable operations, and safety leaderships. And all of us like a game, because it allows you sometimes to take that one step back remotely, but to understand how to apply something in a non-work environment. So gaming tools like Kahoot or Mentimeter to engage teams in sustainability initiatives are very important. But ultimately, it's really important that we know how we're doing, how we're actually progressing, and how we can learn from each other. So good use of reporting and communication tools, such as Power BI or Tableau, where you visualize safety and sustainability performance metrics, or sustainability dashboards, which we can custom to the needs of our business to track and report progress towards specific goals. And equally important, collaboration platforms like Microsoft Teams or Slack, which allow us to foster sustainable safety dialogues. But it all comes back down to stakeholder collaboration resources. Now, I've had a lot of involvement, or several involvement, ISM, IOSH, Institute of Leadership, and others. Partnering with some of these industry bodies allows you to share the inputs and the approaches from other businesses and other communities. And equally, community and government sustainability initiatives are out there, which allow us to do the same. But there are also some really high-tech and really competent external consulting resources for specialised sustainability support we can actually get to and apply within our business, our markets. Next one, please, sir. So I've thrown a lot at you, and you all might think, wow, this is overwhelming. But there are steps we can take, simple steps we can take, right, in terms of how we can make a difference individually or within our business, in terms of maintaining and enhancing sustainability appeal as safety leaders. The first thing we need to do is align our safety goals with whatever sustainability objectives, or set sustainability objectives that feed into our safety goals in terms of ESG, into the safety strategy, and in terms of ensuring our health and safety initiatives contribute to the organisational sustainability goals. It has to always start at the top, whether it's at the top of the business or top of the department. We need that leadership buy-in and commitment, which may mean training first, so that they lead by example in adopting sustainable safety practices. And it's important that they communicate the actual importance of sustainability regularly, a little bit of information regularly rather than overload to all teams and stakeholders. And it's important we tie this in with continuous improvement, because it's a great opportunity to improve our business and our efficiency and give us that competitive edge on others we're competing with. So it's important we can conduct regular reviews on sustainability and safety performance, which includes leveraging audits, benchmarking, and feedback to identify areas for improvement. And this comes back down to leverage of technology and innovation, using advanced tools like AI, IoT, and predictive analytics, and also adopting renewable energy, eco-friendly solutions within our business infrastructure. But most important is that engagement and empowerment of employees, giving the right training, developing this culture of innovation within the business where everybody sees safety and sustainability as key deliverables. Next one, please, sir. And from this, we can actually enhance our stakeholder collaboration, partnering with industry peers, community groups, regulatory bodies, so we can all work together and align our approach towards sustainability, and having open, transparent, timely reporting to build this trust with all stakeholders. Implementing the right metrics and reporting, where we develop KPIs that measure safety and sustainability integration, such as energy savings, reduced incident rates, and share regularly progress through sustainability reports, dashboards, presentations, and openness. But this all comes down to education and ongoing education, advocacy in sustainability within and beyond the organisation. So we promote its importance within not just safety leadership, but business leadership. And we should also not just have a webinar like this, but let's use the platforms like conferences, articles, publicising and sharing best practices and successes. Nobody gets it right the first time, but it's so important if we can learn from others' efforts, learn from others' achievements. Nothing greater than success than achieving success and sharing successes for others to be stimulated by it. So it's also important we anticipate and adapt to any trends, staying updated on evolving regulations and expectations in the marketplace, and being proactive and resilient to actually adapt different practices. And the thing that a lot of nations aren't good at is celebrate successes. Let's really recognise and reward people, departments, businesses for their efforts and contributions. And let's highlight achievements and share them out there. I think we're getting better at it, but there's still a long way for us to go to actually share real successes in businesses. And I think it's important, particularly in terms of safety and sustainability, that we wave this flag. I was quite fortunate on Friday night. I attended the Institute of Leadership Awards ceremony. I was so pleased that I was actually representing not just myself, but also Safety Key Africa consultants for the work we've done with Rangers in terms of welfare and well-being. I think more and more sustainability and safety is going to get the recognition and the kudos it deserves, because I think at the moment it's still seen very much as a necessity, a necessary evil, rather than recognising what the fantastic contribution it can make as a foundation to any business. Next one, please, sir. There are challenges. It's not an easy road to travel. The challenges in maintaining and actually building sustainability appeal in safety leadership is not an easy road. But there are a lot of challenges out there. The first one being obviously balancing costs with sustainability goals. A lot of people see it being costly initially. However, if you do a cost-benefit analysis, you can see there's long-term savings and value there. You can also see that there are government incentives or grants available for sustainable initiatives. So it's important that we try to invest in scalable, cost-effective solutions. For example, the things you see nowadays with energy technology. There'll always be a resistance to change at every business, every level. The problem is the resistors are the ones that go out of business. So whether it's employees or leaders who resist to the new sustainability focus, it's important we communicate the benefits to them, linking it to personal and organisational goals. We train them and incentivise them to buy in and involve the employees, because that's going to be the businesses of the future. If they don't buy in, they'll become the dinosaurs. And we all know what happened to the design dinosaurs. Unfortunately, they became extinct. And equally important is selling the fact that regulatory and ESG expectations are going to get more and more challenging. So by having this open, informed approach, subscribing to industry updates and working with compliance experts, integrating ESG considerations into current safety management and what systems we have to ensure seamless compliance, and automating compliance tools to track and adapt where we need to. This can enable us to achieve what's needed. But a big part of this is measuring and reporting impact, because you know most businesses nowadays run on numbers, on figures. The challenge is us actually demonstrating these tangible benefits of sustainability and safety. So it's important we develop meaningful, clear KPIs for sustainability and safety performance that fit our business needs. And it's important we could actually use data visualization tools such as Power BI and others to communicate exactly what's happening in real time to our different stakeholders across the business. Next one, please, sir. Now, we also know the big problem in all businesses is the fact we've only got limited resources. And small organisations in particular may lack resources or expertise to drive the sustainability initiatives. This is where partnerships, whether it's consultants, industry bodies or local government, can give us support and guidance. And there are already user-friendly available tools and frameworks to initiate products such as the ISO standards. And where we can, we should try and focus on quick wins that require minimal resources but deliver a noticeable impact, because nothing breeds success like success. We'll always have the problem there's competing priorities, but we can't deprioritize sustainability against other operational financial concerns. If we do, we'll end up going out of business. The important thing is we embed sustainability in core safety and business strategies with an ongoing focus, which will demonstrate sustainability into our core business and strategy and safety strategy going forward, and make sure that our practices contribute to operational efficiency and risk reduction. And equally important, cultural and industry-specific barriers. Some industries or regions may feel that we don't need it here, we don't see the benefits from it. So it's important we actually tailor the sustainability approach to fit industry needs and to also to fit the needs of our regions and our culture and our climate in the business, where we can share success stories from other organisations around the globe, which allows us to actually develop a gradual implementation which will ease the cultural awareness and understanding to these things. Next one, please, sir. Okay, next one, please. I think you're one too far, my friend, yeah? So, if you want to gauge effectiveness and measure the success of sustainable safety leadership, it's important we use both quantitative metrics and qualitative indicators.
Marianne, have you opened it? Is it dirty?
Hello?
Marianne, have you opened it? Is it?
I can see, yeah, I'm on the right slide. It's great, yeah?
Yeah, please go ahead. It was okay. Someone who unmuted himself. Please go ahead.
Okay, so if we want to gauge the effectiveness of sustainable safety leadership, we need to use quantitative metrics and also qualitative indicators, reflecting the integration of safety, sustainability, and organisational goals. Obviously, KPIs for environmental metrics in terms of resource consumption, how we can reduce it and control it, decreasing waste generation, and lower greenhouse gas emissions. We also have social metrics we can use in terms of employee wellbeing stats, absenteeism, engagement, enhance workplace safety performance, fewer accidents and near misses, but also looking at diversity, equity, and inclusion improvements in the safety workforce. And then economic metrics, because cost savings from these things in terms of energy reduction, waste reduction, or safety improvements, return on investment for sustainability and safety initiatives, and also business continuity improvements to risk mitigation. These are all tangible things we can show. Equally, compliance and benchmarking, how we adhere to the required regulations, our alignment with the standards such as ISO 45000, 14001. But equally important, benchmarking ourselves against others in terms of the industry norm or the best in class. And stakeholder feedback is very important. Employee surveys and engagement with sustainability and safety, client and partner satisfaction surveys, community feedback on the organisation's environmental, sustainability and safety performance are also important. They're all things that tell us where we are now and where we need to improve. Next one, please, sir. And ultimately, underlying this is a safety culture and behavioural indicators in the business. Increased participation in safety and sustainability-focused safety programs. Positive changes in employee attitudes towards safety and sustainability. And a reduction in resistance to implementing change, particularly in terms of new sustainable practices. And going forward, the long-term outcomes you'll see is sustained improvement in environmental, safety, and social metrics over time. Enhanced corporate reputation with stronger ESG ratings, because companies are out there who rate us, but greater resilience to external risks like climate change, regulation shifts, or unexpected black swan events and other things such as the likes of COVID. But also using data and reporting tools, we can actually use sustainable dashboards to consolidate and visualize our performance metrics. We can actually publish sustainability and safety performance reports to demonstrate our progress. And we can also use third parties or certifications to validate our success, which we can use in the marketplace, not just to motivate and incentivize our stakeholders, but also for others to see just how established we are and how important sustainability and safety are within our business. Next one, please, sir. So in summary, I've thrown a lot at you. I'd like you to take this away and consider how it could impact on you as an individual, your business, or you in the future. In summary, the importance of sustainability and safety leadership. Without a doubt, sustainability is critical in safety leadership to ensure long-term success and resilience for individuals and organisations. I mean, we can integrate the environmental, social and governance principles into safety practices, then leaders can protect the resources available, enhance well-being, strengthen compliance, build a stronger foundation and reputation as a business, demonstrating commitment to responsible leadership, attracting and maintaining current stakeholders and new stakeholders, clients and talent, being seen as a driver for innovation, encouraging sustainable innovations and ensuring longevity of the business, aligning our safety initiatives and future-proofing the organisation in terms of risk management. So ultimately, sustainability and safety leadership is a key and critical part of how we as safety professionals and leaders need to go forward, not just protecting the people, but protecting the planet, securing a better future for our businesses, ourselves, communities, and ultimately the environment. Now, I do apologise, there's an awful lot of information there for you to take away. You can either ask questions now, next slide please, or if you'd like to contact me, you're more than welcome to contact me afterwards. As a closure, I'm an established health HSE and risk professional, 30 years plus internationally. Please feel free, if you're not already, to link up with me on LinkedIn. If you think this has been value add and you'd like to support me further, I'd really appreciate it. I've been nominated for the SHP Award as Top Safety Influencer. If you'd like to cast a vote for me, please do. If not, I fully understand. But really, going forward, I hope at least some of this is going to be beneficial to you in terms of how you shape up your own approach and the approach of your business towards sustainability and safety leadership. Thank you for this opportunity.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir. That was solid. A whole lot of details compressed in 40 minutes. And a whole lot of things that have been discussed today. And I'm going to highlight my key takeaways from this wonderful presentation. One of the quotes that I actually put in mind is when he said, "No one gets it right the first time." There is no way you can ever get it right the first time. And that is where the second statement that I also put at the back of my mind is the importance of communicating the impact of our activities, the impact of a risk in the organization. Because when you communicate the impact and you know how and when and what to communicate, it's very important. Those are part of the key highlights. And you also talk about measuring the impact. Because at the end of the day, if you want to communicate your impact, you should be able to measure the impact and give real data analysis of what you are communicating. If not, it will not be very beneficial to the top management. And talking about benefit, he mentioned a lot of benefits to us, the benefit of sustainability in safety to enhance operational efficiency, to build resilience in the hearts and mind of the workforce and build a positive safety culture and to build a competitive advantage. He also told us the key areas of sustainability to focus as safety leaders. Sustainability has so many areas, but he has done good justice to tell us what are the key areas that we should focus on. So he mentioned environmental stewardship, which is very important, social responsibility, governance and compliance, risk management, innovation and technology, education, and advocacy. Advocacy is a very important aspect of every professional. So for all these key areas, what are the competencies that you need as a safety professional? So he highlighted and explained this competency to us. He told us that we need to be visionary. We need to be visionary thinkers. We need to think ahead of situations. We need to be proactive in our approach. Ethical decision making. We're making decisions using the risk-based approach decision-making process, using the process approach decision-making process, and also being ethical in our approach to making decisions. Strategic planning is also a competency requirement for a safety professional who wants to implement sustainability. You need to be strategic in your planning, effective communication, good collaboration, innovation, adaptability, analytical and system thinking, and cultural leadership. Then, in order to be able to make use of this competency, then he went ahead to tell us the practical tools that are already in existence that can be used to support you as a professional who wants to practice sustainable safety leadership. And he told us, starting from the frameworks that most of us we are familiar with, the ISO standards, the guidelines for sustainable development in communities, and also the GRI, which is very common in the field of sustainability. That is the Global Reporting Initiative. Then there are also a lot of risk management tools too, as safety professionals, including Bowtie, AZOP, life cycle assessment, and so many of these practical tools he has highlighted, and so many things have been discussed today, talking about challenges that you might face in the sustainability appeal and how to overcome these challenges. How do you measure your success, and how do you ensure that you use what you have measured and being able to communicate it effectively to the top management? Because at the end of the day, the overall commitment to make everything move is the top management. So a whole lot has been said today, a whole lot has been learned today, and I must tell you that this is actually top-notch presentation. Thank you once again, Mr. Uj Maxwell. We can't summarize all what you have said, so I just have to skip and skip and skip so that everyone can still listen to this later. And that is why we always ensure that all our Enlightenment series are available on YouTube, at least the ones that we have officially measured, because there are some that are not available on YouTube, so we didn't count it. So we have 78. And one way or the other, we are having, now 79 participants, because we are having 78 participants before. So today marks the 78th Enlightenment session, and we are happy that you have done justice to this discussion. And like he has correctly mentioned, please, let's do justice to this. You can click on the link and please vote for him. If you can't click on the link, I'm going to copy it out now. Let me see if I can copy the link out now. If I can copy the link, I don't know if he has the link there with him. So you put it in the chat room for everyone to go immediately to nominate him for this SHP magazine for top safety influencer that he got nominated for. Because I must tell you, this is a wonderful presentation. Thank you so much, Mr. Maxwell, for this presentation. I'm trying to get the link for everyone to nominate you now immediately. As we are here, let us do that immediately. It won't take us much time to do while we address question and answer sessions.
Please, yeah. Any questions out there? I believe, is it Daniel?
Yes, we are going to start calling them now.
Okay.
Engineer Daniel Saiki, please kindly unmute and please ask your question briefly.
Okay, thank you very much. This is a wonderful presentation, and I actually commend Mr. Maxwell for the wonderful presentation. So my question goes like this, because many of us in the safety industry, we all want to be presenting or to be gathering data on environmental sustainability, but majority of us do not know where to start and how to start, because before you can begin to trend data, you need to first gather data. So please, can you also assist maybe in subsequent trainings on how we can gather data and define the protocol we are to use to gather this data? Thank you.
Well, my friend, there's no one size fits all. So depending on your business, you'll have specific waste streams. The big things I always focus on, particularly environmentally, is what waste we generate, where it comes from, what energy we consume, and particularly in Africa, the precious resource of water consumption. So depending on the business, there are 3 key areas I would focus on at first. And whilst we, as safety or environmental related professionals, focus on the volumes, it's very easy to put financial values to these things as well. If we're buying a ton of raw material in at $100 a ton, and every week we're sending 5 tons of waste out in skips, as well as the disposal cost, that's $500 of material we're giving away. We're just throwing away. If we can reclaim that, reuse it, or eliminate the waste, then that's money on our bottom line that we don't need to increase our margins for. So I would start with things like an energy audit, a waste audit, a water audit in terms of what the big users are, and even do it in-house with production people, because we all know what a valuable resource this is. So I would start in-house by leading projects, and sometimes it begins with actually raising the awareness of others, of the production people, of the operations people, the managers, that this is how much it's actually costing us each week. So I would start very as close as possible to the process, looking at energy, looking at materials, and looking at water consumption, because they're the biggest to me. Is that okay?
Yes. Yes. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, my friend. Does that answer your question? I do apologise. My grandson's having a moment in the living room.
Yes, sir. Can you please can you
So we have
check,
Mr. Abel Ikechukwu. Please, can you unmute? Mr. Abel, please, your hand is raised.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good evening, everybody. Mr. Huge, I really appreciate your presentation. Hello, can you guys hear me?
Thank you, my friend. I'm here nice and clear, yes.
Yeah. So my question is this. How can you drive the goal of sustainability in an organization where production is being taken first before safety?
That is the most common question I get. Every business, whether it's mining, whether it's oil, whether it's making widgets, whatever, production is king. But it's not until we dig deeper, as I just said to our previous friend, Mr. Daniel, Engineer Daniel, about this, we don't always recognize how inefficient we are. So, as we said, we're always on about trying to cut the total manufacturing cost. If we can apply the same thing, energy audit, materials waste audit, doing an assessment where the waste is generated at each stage of the process, and actually value it on the cost of raw materials, how much waste we're generating. By eliminating that, we're putting that straight on the bottom line. So we need to make them much more, from a sustainability perspective, we don't have to sell it as sustainability. We can sell it in terms of efficiency. We can sell it in terms of cost savings. So sometimes that's the best approach.
Much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Clear.
Does that answer my question, my friend?
Yes, sir. Very clear, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Very clear. Thank
and
you.
again, if any of you guys or girls want to reach out to me outside of this afterwards, please feel free to. If I have the time, I'll make the time to discuss and share ideas and share some good practices with you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Any more questions, my friends?
In the meantime, while we wait for others who wants to ask question, we still have people trying to join, even though.
Okay.
What is the internationally recognized certificate for ESG? Is there an
There isn't.
internationally recognized
To be
certificate
honest,
for
my
ESG?
friend, there isn't an ISO for ESG.
Value.
There are different standards used around the globe for ESG. There will be eventually harmonization, but at the moment, I don't see one size fits all because the shapes of different businesses are there. So it's really important that we look at our own business itself and adapt what's needed on that basis.
Okay.
Value.
Hello, any issue? Hello, is there?
Yes. This is Timothy.
Okay.
Yes. Thanks to Mr. Maxwell for the wonderful presentations. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Please
Yes.
go ahead.
Yes. How can a safety professional integrate a sustainability principles into a daily operations without compromising a safety standard?
My friend, good she is good business was a quote one of my managing directors used in the 1990s, many years ago for me. So I think the important thing is, for any efficient business, the first foundation is safety, making sure we do the process safety, we protect our people, they come home from work. So I think it's to review, first step is to review what we do. Are we doing it as safe as possible? Is there safer ways we can do it? And then look deeper, dig deeper at our process in terms of what waste we generate, what energy we use, what water we consume, what resources we could make better use of, or we could eliminate as waste, and work it from there. It doesn't have to be an ISO standard, but it should be something that's meaningful to the business.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. I think that will be all for today. We won't be taking any more questions. So let's go to the next session. So quickly, because of time, on behalf of the entire attendees, the entire delegates who are here, who are present, who have come to witness the wonderful enlightenment session with Mr. Maxwell, on behalf of the team of Cordal Safety Consults, and on behalf of every well-meaning safety and sustainability professional, we hereby present to you this certificate of appreciation, a means to appreciate you for the wonderful session that we had, that you had with us today. I hope you can all see my screen. So this is the Enlightenment Webinar Series 78, and this certificate is presented to Rich Maxwell for sharing his invaluable insight as a guest speaker at our weekly Enlightenment series on maintaining your sustainability appeal as a safety professional and leader. Please, Mr. Maxwell, take this from us as a means of appreciating your presence today and the knowledge that you have shared. Thank you very much, sir. We are going to send it to you.
Truly appreciated. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What I've
So
shared today makes a small difference to any of you, it really does mean a lot to me. And again, please feel free to
Hello.
Please let us raise our hand and not interfere when the speaker is saying something.
Thank you so much to everybody.
Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate this. And again, if some of the information I've shared with you today is useful, please use it. If you want to reach out and ask further questions, please feel free to do so. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I tried to upload it now, but I think the network is somehow bad. I think Mr. Adiola Ali, you have the floor now. So it has gone. Everyone that is still here, I've uploaded it so you can actually download and make use of the material. Mr. Adiola Ali, please kindly unmute, please, and quickly 1 to 2 minutes because we've ended today's session already.
Thank you, Mr. Walu. I'm sorry for barging in. What I wanted to ask has been taken care. That is talking about getting the slide. And thank you, Mr. Maxwell, for the wonderful presentation.
My friends, you're most welcome. Thank you. It's lovely to talk to you all, and hopefully I'll meet you. I haven't met you already, but hopefully I'll meet some more in the future. Take care.
All right, thank you very much. So before we finally go, let us be reminded that Setting the Pace 3.0 is happening in on the 18th of January 2025. We expect to see everyone at Setting the Pace 3.0. For many of us, we've attended 1.0, 2.0, and the feedback has been massive. So we expect to see everyone to attend this next session. The session will start very soon. Also, our ISO integrated management lead auditor course. Many of us, all through these years, all through the year, we've not attained much as we expected. So we are having this huge discount for our integrated management system lead auditor course for ISO 9001, 14001, and 45001. Will you be interested? It's happening in a couple of weeks. It's going to be a weekend class, so you can also join our class. Also, we are having our ISO integrated implementer course. This is bespoke course for 200,000 naira only. For the integrated management system lead auditor course, that one is 400, which is a discount course. But for the implementer course, it's going to be 300 because it is going to be bespoke, meaning that the certificate is more of competency based and the certificate is from Cordal Safety Consult and not from a certification body. It is bespoke course for competency to build the skills and knowledge that you need when it comes to implementing management system standards. And finally, our advanced construction safety course is also coming up in December. So let us look out for you. We are having discounts for you all through this month on our technical safety courses. Just chat me up and we are having 50% discount on all our on 5 of our technical safety courses. Also, finally, our LMS is almost done. We are 80% done, and we are uploading our courses one after the other. That is just like the likes of Coursera, Udemy, the way you go online and do all these courses. Yes, Cordal Safety Consult too has developed their LMS, TechOsh Academy, techsafetycourses.com. Very soon you will start. We'll launch it fully. Where this is not just about going through slides. This one is deep learning session. We have training videos, live sessions that you use for the training. It's not like you're just going to be reading materials on the slides and be passing through slides. There is a live section where you listen to the explanations, and it's very interactive. And those that have done it before, that have attended our recorded sessions, we know what we're talking about. So our LMS is on the line. Once we launch it, please try as much as possible to learn as much as you can on them. At the beginning, we are going to run discounts on them. We are going to do a lot of discounting, a lot of free trainings for everyone to benefit from our LMS. Once again, the LMS is TechOsh Academy and the website is techsafetycourses.com. We are still doing a lot of work on it, background work, but once we launch it, I'm very sure you will all love it. It's beyond just about creating slides. It's about explaining the details, deep learning sections on our technical safety courses, video explanation, interactive, and anything that you feel you can use to qualify what a learning session should be. And once it's out, you are all going to know about this. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining. We appreciate every single person. We appreciate every single person who has taken their time to join us today. Most especially, appreciation goes to Mr. Maxwell, who has taken his time to be with us today. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. We can't thank you enough. Yes, like we promised.
Pleasure.
This is LMS. This is Series 78. We want to round it up to Series 80. We want to ensure that we hit 80 before the year runs out. So it means that we still have 2 more enlightenment sessions to go. So stay tuned while we work on our next speaker, who is going to educate us, who's going to enlighten us on a very important subject matter that everyone will be and should be interested in. Until then, I wish you a lovely week ahead. So at this point, let us unmute as usual and let us thank our speaker for a wonderful presentation. So we can all unmute now and thank Mr. Maxwell.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you
Maxwell.
very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Maxwell.
That was a good one.
Maxwell,
Thank
you
you
are a
very
good
much.
man.
Enjoy
Mr.
this
Maxwell for wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Cheers, mates.
wonderful
Thank you, Mr.
presentation. We enjoyed it.
Thank you, sir.
It's enthusiastic.
Thank you, Mr.
I'm really
Maxwell.
blessed. Thank you
Is
very much,
somebody praying?
Mr. Maxwell.
Presentation today.
Thank you, Mr. Maxwell.
Is somebody praying there? It looks like somebody is praying for Mr. Maxwell.
Thank you, my friends. All the very best.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
Thank
Keep
you.
safe.
So let's start as usual from
It's
10
like
to 1
it's
because
not
it's
that
10,
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
9.
You know, Wally, we are expecting to have Mr. Maxwell for another time.
Yeah,
Most
Mr. Maxwell
welcome, my
will be.
friends.
Yeah, Mr. Maxwell will be one of our panelists at Setting the Pace 3.0, and also we'll still be inviting him again for a second part of this enlightenment session.
Yeah,
But
that would be
January
wonderful.
18 is one of our panelists. He will be one of our panelists at Setting the Pace 3.0. So expect to see him there. He may not be there physically, but he definitely is going to connect with us online.
Very much so.
Thank you
Take
so
care,
much,
everybody. Thank you.
everyone.
That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful indeed.
Take care, my friends. Keep safe.
All right. 10, 9, 8,
Slide
7,
not downloading.
6, 5, 4,
Goodbye, everybody.
3, 2,